Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. It's the Footy Mates and Kshitij and I are back on a new episode of the winners and losers. And just for the new viewers, we're going to go over the winners and losers from the last week of football. Welcome back, Kshitij, to the episode.
Yeah, thank you. A lot of stuff to talk about. Some things good, some things not so good, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And yeah, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We're coming out with regular content now and hope you're liking it. Feel free to leave us any suggestions if you have any. Yeah, without much ado, Kshitij, I want to jump right into our first winner.
Yeah. Of course. Let's talk about the man of the moment at Arsenal at the Emirates, Reece Nelson. So,
23-year-old Arsenal winger. For some context here, Arsenal won. They beat Brentford.
Bournemouth.
Bournemouth 3-2 over the weekend. They were 2-0 down and an insane comeback. And for Reece Nelson to not only come on as a sub, but also get an assist and a 90 plus 7 minute winner. Wow, it was insane scenes. What do you think about his performance?
No, it was crazy. I think, obviously, there's not much that I could say about his performance specifically apart from the goal because he came on pretty late. I guess he didn't have that much time to make much of an impact apart from the goal. But obviously, like the goal itself, the time, the moment, and it made me write like poems and stuff for Arsenal fans. Every man them they're turning into Peter Jury VTech, like crazy moments, stuff that could, be very, very important at the end of the season, given where Arsenal are at right now. And obviously, I don't want City to win the three-peat, so it was a good moment. Even I kind of celebrated it.
Yeah, for sure. Reece Nelson, Arsenal player. I think this is his first full season, is it? I know he was on loan at Hoffenheim before this, but he has 7 goals and 7 assists for Arsenal throughout. I think it's about goals in the Premier League, if I'm not wrong. But he did have a spell before this at Hoffenheim as well as Feyenoord on loan, where he scored, I think, total of 11 goals and 8 assists. But yeah, it's good to have that sort of competition in that Arsenal team, especially knowing that they don't have like the greatest depth in their attacking options. So it's
Yeah.
good to keep Martinelli and Saka at their best, and it's great to have young options coming off the bench and giving some real competition in those
Yeah.
wing positions.
Yeah, he was the OG star boy, as some Arsenal fans are labeling. Before Saka, before Emil Smith Rowe, he was there. And he's there again.
Indeed, indeed. Anyways, that has been our first winner. Let's move on to our first losers. And this time we're going a little bit outside the Premier League and Premier League teams. We're covering a big loss today for PSG, the French team. Kshitij, they lost 3-0 on aggregate to Bayern in the round of 16 of the Champions League. Uh, where do PSG fans go from here?
Yeah, it's crazy to think that a front three of Messi, Neymar, Mbappe is out at the round of 16s. And yes, I know Neymar was injured for much of this tie, but when you think about it, it's just crazy, which is why we had to cover it. It's a big Champions League game, and it's a mammoth of a loss for PSG, given the money they've spent into the squad, given the expectations that they have, because they win the French league every now and then. So Champions League is where it's at. It's where all the hopes lie. It's what decides whether managers should stay on or not. Pochettino got sacked last year after winning the league, and the same might happen to Christophe Galtier. But then at the same time, it's like they have a new sporting director, so we don't know how it works. They have a more long-term project, they say, with Luis Campos. But it'll be interesting to see how they shape up. But in terms of the performance, I have to say it was dire. This leg, I think Bayern pretty much dominated most of the game, in my opinion. Second half, especially, I was struggling to find too many points, like positive points for PSG, and they're struggling to even find Messi and Mbappe. They were both pretty much missing in that second half, in my opinion. Yeah, and
Yeah.
Bayern just kept, getting chances on the break and everything, and then eventually they won. So
Hmm.
Credit to Bayern as well. And I mean,
Indeed.
what do you think about Bayern's chances?
I mean, it was Choupo-Moting, the Stoke City goat, that scored that goal. But I didn't really watch the games, to be honest. But I think Bayern were by far the better side. But here's something interesting, right? I think it was June of 2011 that the Qatari owners took over that PSG side, and since then, uh, PSG have been made 11 Champions League appearances, having gotten through the group stage in all 11 of the seasons. Can you make a guess as to how many times they've gotten past the quarterfinals?
I would say 4 times out of 11, I think, right?
Out of 11, right? They've gotten past twice. One was the final against Bayern just 2 years
Quarterfinals.
ago. Out of the quarterfinals, they've gotten only out twice. One was
Oh,
the
wait, you mean how many
final.
times have they reached the semi-finals or more?
Yeah. It was two. It was
Ah,
two.
okay, yeah. Oh shit,
And we're
that's
talking
a bit
about
too.
so five round of 16 knockouts, four quarterfinal knockouts, one semi-final appearance, and one final appearance, which was miraculously a loss against Bayern as well. But we're talking about a team that has invested so much money, 222 million euros on Neymar. Was it 160 million euros in Mbappe? I forget. I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
Messi's wage has got to be insane at the moment. And just shows, man, like money does not buy the Champions League. We can talk about Manchester City too, but money just does not buy the Champions League. It's an insane tournament, and it's great to see that we still have teams that are not the favorites winning the trophy every year. But yeah, what do you think of? I mean, I guess we can wrap that there. But who are our next winners?
yeah. Our next winner, obviously, it's a guy who he's gone under the radar a bit. It's Fulham's new signing at the start of the season. It's a loan actually. Menor Solomon. I don't know how I got the pronunciation, but it's Solomon. So yeah, he scored 5 goals in a row, I think now. And
Yeah,
yeah,
23-year-old Israeli forward. He has been at Fulham on loan since the beginning of the season. But correct me if I'm wrong. Did he make his first appearance in 2023, like post January or post World Cup?
yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure exactly why. I think he was injured. But I'm not sure. I hadn't been following,
Yeah,
but I've
but
been like I remember him making his first appearance in this year, and since then I think he's been scoring in like 5 consecutive games. So it's absolutely
yeah,
crazy.
he's made a total of 8 appearances for Fulham, and five of like out of the last 5 games he has started, and he has started all of them. He has played the last 5 games for Fulham. He scored 5 goals, which is a goal every game. 4 of them being in the Premier League. I mean, it's just insane scenes. We're talking about a player, a Shakhtar Donetsk player who's been loaned to Fulham. This is his first season in a European top five club, and it's in the Premier League. And way to get your attention, way to get your name ringing out there, man. Like he's been nominated for February Premier League Player of the Month.
Yeah, that's crazy. And the funny thing is, I think as you said, out of the 5 goals I think he scored, I think for 3 of those Premier League games he was a sub. He came on as a substitute, and I think he started the cup game and he started on Monday for the Premier League game. So yeah, it's crazy. He just made impact, and then like now he's been starting, and then he has scored again. And
Yeah.
talking about the team they played, Brentford, like just an honorable mention, like quickly, I'd like to just point out that they've been, I think, unbeaten for, I don't know, about 12 games. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, I just wanted to mention Brentford as well. They won against Fulham on Monday, even though Man Solomon individually, I think he's a winner because he scored 5 goals in a row. But Brentford won, and I just wanted to, give them their credit for
Indeed.
being 12 games unbeaten, being a team like
Yeah.
Brentford.
I mean, Ivan Tony's just been on the top of his game this entire season. And coming back to Solomon, I mean, great way to make your name in the Premier League. And wow, we love these kind of stories in football. They're really inspirational. And next up, we have a story that is not so inspirational. We are talking about possibly probably one of the worst day in Manchester United's football history. Uh, what do you have to say? 7-0. heavy, record-breaking loss to Liverpool in the Premier League, and everyone, all of Liverpool's forwards were scoring, man. Even the ones that have missed 11 big chances in the last, I think, 10 games, scoring a brace against United. What happened? Where did United fall apart?
I don't know. I can't, man. I can't. Like, it's tough, man. It's tough. But yeah, like okay, second half. That second half. Let's be real. Okay, that second half was awful. Awful second half. I think everything just fell apart. The first half I would even argue we had better chances than it, and it was looking okay. Tactically, obviously, Ten Hag got a few things wrong. I'd say. Uh, in my opinion, like starting Bruno off the left. When I saw the lineup, I thought Rashford would be off the left and Bruno would be in the middle and Weghorst up top. Because we want to see Rashford as his Trent. We want to see Rashford cook Trent because Trent is awful as a defender, and he is. This doesn't change my opinion on him, but. Yeah, we didn't see that, and I feel like if that would have happened, maybe we could have gone on, maybe at least drawing in the first half, going into halftime, drawing, and yes, Liverpool might still have won. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Like all that stuff I could say, but nothing can save us from this embarrassment. The inevitable humbling for Manchester United has arrived, and we were celebrating last week, and we're like,
Hoping
we're
for a
not.
title challenge.
No, you. I said it. You see, when I I said it, if we win at Anfield, and the reason I said if, it was a big if, is because our record at Anfield is awful, and the Liverpool that turn up at Anfield against Manchester United is like no other Liverpool. The crowd, the atmosphere at Anfield versus Manchester United is different. Liverpool versus Chelsea at Anfield, you won't get the same atmosphere. Liverpool versus Spurs at Anfield, you won't get the same atmosphere. Liverpool versus Man City at Anfield, maybe if they're in a title race, they might get a similar atmosphere, but they still won't get the same atmosphere. Liverpool versus Arsenal at Anfield, you won't get the same atmosphere, but Liverpool versus Man United is a different Anfield, and like that, we saw it on the side. This is one of the worst
Indeed.
Liverpool teams in the Klopp era. And look at what they did to United at one of the best periods this season.
Yeah, I mean, I need to talk about some of the finishes in that game, man. Salah's goal against the crossbar, insane. Gakpo's finish,
It's not going in
especially
on
the
another day.
second one.
The Salah goal is
Gakpo's
not going
finish
in
on the
another day.
second one, I wonder what the XG is on that goal, man. I think the total, I mean, here's an insanely shocking stat, right? 2.7 XG is what Liverpool had that game, and they scored
Yeah.
7 goals.
Yeah,
Shocking numbers.
it's Anfield, man.
I mean, Salah got a brace, Nunes got a brace, Gakpo got a brace, even Firmino, who's just gotten back from injury, got a goal, and it's just stupid. It's just stupid numbers. But yeah, I mean, I guess quick word on what you have to say about the drama around Bruno Fernandes and his captaincy after that game.
If you saw, today, Manchester United 4, Real Betis 1. Bruno Fernandes scored as the captain. I
And
think
assisted.
and assisted, so we can just move on. I don't need to say anything.
Haters
My
gotta hate,
captain.
man. Haters gotta hate.
Look, he has his flaws, and I'm not running away. You can criticize him. Yes, he dies. He's a rat of a player. I would hate him if it'd be in another team. He's a disgrace to football at times. But at the end of the day, I will defend him because he's in my team. He's my captain. And look at what he does on the pitch, with the ball and his assists, his goals. He makes up for all of that, in my opinion. You could argue that it's a very biased view, and it is. I will be biased. Why should I not be biased? I'm a United fan. I love the guy. He came and changed everything. So look, maybe he's not the ideal captain. He's not Roy Keane. I want Roy Keane, but I can't get Roy Keane. And maybe Varane, Casemiro are better options, but Bruno's been at the club for longer, and it seemed like the best choice to make the captain at the time. But he has his flaws. It is what it is. We move, man. We move.
Indeed. I mean, I stick by the fact that he's the best captain. But anyways, those have been our winners and losers for this week. Yeah, make sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and please hit the like button and share this video with all the football fans. Should there's any last words?
Nah, well, let's just hope we can redeem the rest of the season, man. We need a treble now. FA, Europa, and Carabao treble. Come on, man.
Indeed.
We
That's
have to.
that's the
Otherwise,
hope.
it's lost. Liverpool lost its berth.
Yeah. But anyways, it's been the Footy Mates. Have a good weekend and enjoy the Premier League games coming up. See you next week.